In this video, I'm going to be ranking every single takeover card from Season 4 in NBA 2K23 My Team from worst all the way to the best. So starting off here with the worst is going to be Amethyst Jeremy Lin. I'm pretty sure there was a total of 31 or 32 takeover cards in Season 4. And as you guys probably know, it's going to be from the Ray Allen grind, the Galaxy Simple Yi grind, and then finally the Galaxy Simple Russ. So all of those takeover cards put into one single video, ranking them from the worst all the way to the best. But before we get into the ranking, let me know in the comment section down below, out of all the takeover cards that have came out in Season 4, which ones are your guys' favorite to use, and let me know what you guys would change about my ranking. But let's just get right into it here. Starting off with the worst one is, in my opinion, going to be Amethyst Jeremy Lin. I'm not going to spend too much time going over kind of the worst ones. I mean, Jeremy Lin just really isn't that great of a point guard. His jump shot's not the best, doesn't really have any good dribble sigs, and overall just really isn't that great of a point guard. And then same thing with Fred VanVleet. I just think he's maybe a little bit better than a guy like Jeremy Lin, but both these cards really not going to be usable. I mean, Fred's only got 35 driving dunk. Jump shot is a little bit better, I think, on Fred VanVleet compared to a guy like Jeremy Lin, but both these cards really not going to be usable. Next takeover card is going to be from the Galaxy Simple Yi grind, and that's going to be Diamond Al Harrington. He's a power forward, small forward, 6'9" with a 7-foot wingspan. I mean, realistically, he can shoot the 3-ball, and that's about it. He's got a 93 ball, 90 mid-range, Hall of Fame amped, catch and shoot, dead eye, guard up, and does have some pretty good goal shooting badges like Limitless, Range, Green Machine, Claymore, Blinders, Agent 3, but other than that, his jump shot really isn't even that great. Like, the Brandon Goodwood base is solid, but I'm not really the biggest fan of the Delonto Banton upper. So all around, I think Al Harrington is going to be one of the worst takeover cards, obviously, from Season 4. Next one here is going to be Kevin Martin. This card really just isn't that good in game. He is a 6'7" shooting guard with a 6'10" wingspan, so you would expect him to actually be pretty good, but his stats just really aren't the best. He's not going to be a good defender, only has a 75 driving dunk, 88 speed. You know, 3-ball, yes, is really good with a 93 3-ball, 94 mid-range, has some pretty good shooting badges on Hall of Fame and gold, but his jump shot really isn't anything too special, at least in my opinion. I don't think it's really a great jump shot, and his sigs are pretty bad. So I mean, all he's really got going for him is a high 3-ball, good shooting badges, and the fact that he's 6'7" at the shooting guard spot. But for me, I would honestly take a guy like Steve Kerr over a guy like Kevin Martin, because Steve Kerr, you know, he's 6'3" at the point guard spot with a 6'6" wingspan. By no means is this a good point guard card, but he's got a 98 3-ball. He's actually got his jump shot on quick timing and has some very decent dribble sigs. Like, he's got the MJ dribble style. I mean, the Carmelo Anthony size up isn't amazing. It's not terrible though. And then he's also got the Kobe escape and the Curry behind the back. So at least this card can move a little bit, has the normal leaner, and a very solid jump shot as well. So for me, I think Steve Kerr is going to be more usable of a card than a guy like Kevin Martin. Next takeover card here is also going to be from the Season 4 takeover set, but from the third one, obviously, for the Galaxy Simple Russ. I think Daquan Cook is not a bad card. Like, I think he's basically just a better Kevin Martin, because I think he's got a better jump shot, has the MJ dribble style, normal leaner, but realistically, these first like 10 to 15 takeover cards just really aren't going to be that amazing. I mean, Ha-Seong Jin is not that terrible. Like, he is a 7'3" center with a 7'8" wingspan, but he can't shoot the 3-ball. I mean, I guess he's a 60, so I guess you could shoot with him if you're like wide open and you get used to his jump shot, but realistically, not going to be a great release. I mean, the Bob linear base is pretty bad. His upper is okay. I mean, it is on guys like Yi, so at least the upper is not terrible on this card, but he's just going to be a good inside big, but realistically not that going to be not going to be that good of a takeover card. I would honestly take Andrew Bogut a little bit. I'd take him a little bit more over a guy like Amethyst Yi, or not Yi, Amethyst Ha-Seong Jin. I mean, he's a 7-foot center with a 7'3" wingspan. He's going to be a better defender than Ha. He's got a 95 block, 96 interior defense. Jump shot wise, I mean, his jump shot's actually not that terrible. Like, he's got the Sabonis base, the Yao Ming base, and even his upper is Damian Lillard, so his jump shot's not terrible, but once again, not going to be able to really shoot the 3-ball. Just going to be a very solid inside big. Next takeover card here is going to be Pink Diamond Buddy Hield. He recently just got that Galaxy Opal from obviously the All-Star weekend, but this Pink Diamond, I mean, isn't that great. He's a 6'4" shooting guard. All he can really do is shoot the 3-ball. Does have a 96 3-ball, 95 mid-range, and some pretty good Hall of Fame shooting badges, but honestly, besides shooting the 3-ball, that's pretty much his card can do. Like, that's pretty much all this card can do, is make a wide open 3-pointer. We're all the way now in February, almost March. if all you can do is make a wide open 3, I just really don't think you're going to be that great of a card. Next one here is going to be Mel Daniels, and he's actually pretty good stats and badges wise. His jump shot is just terrible. Like, his stats are very well rounded, doesn't look to be that bad of a card. He's super athletic with really good speed, but he's got the default big base. It's just a terrible jump shot, super hard to green all around. I wish Mel Daniels did have a better jump shot, but with the jumper he's got right now, just not going to be that great of a takeover card. The first probably like usable takeover card is going to be Diamond Rui Hachimura. I think he's very solid, being a 6'8" power forward with a 6'10" wingspan, has a good jump shot, even though it's only on normal timing. Definitely is a very solid release, and stats and badges wise, he's just very well rounded. Is he an amazing card? No, but probably the first like usable takeover card that we've gone over from season 4. Next one here is going to be Diamond Michael Jordan, who's, I mean, not terrible. Like, for the first couple cards we've talked about, first like 10 to 15, 10 cards we've talked about from season 4 with takeover cards, I mean, those cards have been like barely usable. I think MJ is actually usable in game. Yes, his jump shot's going to be a little bit slow, and he's basically just worse. He's just like a worse pink diamond MJ. He's basically about the same as this card, but at least he's somewhat usable. It's still Michael Jordan, gonna have some really good, you know, offensive, defensive animations. Next card here is going to be Shawn Marion, who once again is a very usable takeover card. Is he going to be great? No, because of his jump shot, but stats and badges wise, like, he's a good defender, good at going to the basket. He's got a 90 block, 93 interior defense, 93 perimeter. He's got an 88 steal, so he's a very solid defender. His jump shot, even though it is on quick timing, is a little bit hard to green and doesn't have any good dribble sigs. But if you're looking for a defensive small forward, I mean, Shawn Marion's not terrible from the season 4 takeovers. Joe Harris, I mean, he's okay. Like, he can shoot the 3 ball, has a 97 3 ball, 95 mid range, and has tons and tons of Hall of Fame shooting badges. But once again, if all you can do is make a wide open 3, I mean, he does have the MJ dribble style, which does help him out a little bit, and the normal leaner. So I think he's just like a better version of Buddy Hield. But now that I think about it, I would probably put Shawn Marion over Joe Harris. Doesn't really matter too much in the overall ranking, but I would say Shawn Marion probably is a little bit better than Joe Harris. Next card here, though, is going to be Andre Drummond, who I think is actually a very underrated center, and maybe could even be a little bit higher on this ranking. He's only 6'10", but he does have a 7'6" wingspan and some amazing defensive stats. He's got a 92 interior, 92 block, 88 steal, and an 86 perimeter, and then obviously going to be really good at finishing around the basket with a 95 driving dunk, 95 standing dunk. So I think honestly Andre Drummond very solid at the center position. We're about halfway here into the ranking of all the season 4 takeover cards. We've done about 15 to 16 cards. Next one is going to be Quentin Richardson, who I think is actually not that bad of a shooting guard. Like, he's just very solid all around. He's 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan. It does have a 97 3 ball and a 94 mid-range with actually a pretty good jump shot. His sigs are not bad. He's got the normal leaner, tons of good Hall of Fame shooting badges. I mean, he's probably our first like actually elite takeover card, I would say. Like, you can still use this card in game and definitely have a lot of success with him. Next one here is going to be Tony Kukoc. Now, I wasn't really sure where to put Kukoc because he is a 6'10" power forward, but his stats are really underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. Like, when this card first came out, I really thought he was going to be good. Like, I thought he was going to be one of the better small forwards in my team, but he just didn't really get the stats love. He didn't really get amazing sigs. I mean, jump shot is good, but doesn't even have the normal leaner. I would say Tony Kukoc, still one of the better takeover cards, but I would definitely take a guy like Marbury over Tony Kukoc because this Diamond Marbury is still a very solid point guard. He's 6'3" with a 6'4" wingspan, but we know he's going to give you some really good defensive stats. He's got a 94 steal, 95 lateral quickness, 95 perimeter. Like, he's not even that bad of an offensive card as well, having a 90 driving dunk, 95 vertical, super fast point guard, 95 speed, 95 acceleration. Just wish his jump shot was on quick timing, but overall, I think Stephon Marbury actually a very usable takeover card from season 4. Next one here, though, is going to be Rocco Robert Covington, an amazing defensive shooting guard. He's 6'7" with a 7'2" wingspan, has some very good all-around defensive stats and badges as well. He's got Hall of Fame challenger, clams, interceptor, off-ball pass, and pretty much every single defensive badge on gold. I mean, realistically, for a 3-and-D shooting guard who's 6'7", Rocco is actually very solid and one of the better takeover cards from season 4. Next one here is going to be Willis Reed. I think he's still pretty underrated at the power forward spot. I definitely think he's dropped a lot on my power forward list, and just overall as a card, we've gotten so many good power forwards since we did get this drop all the way back in, not all the way, but about a month ago, January 27th. We did get a lot of good power forwards in the meantime, but I still think Willis Reed kind of in that top 10 range, maybe top 15, somewhere in that ranking. Victor Oladipo, though, I think is a little bit better than Willis Reed. Stats and badges wise, Oladipo does look to be an amazing point guard. He's 6'4" with a 6'9" wingspan and has some very very, very good all-around stats. So he looks to be a really promising card, but you look at the animations, only has his jump shot on normal timing, doesn't have the normal leaner, and honestly has like no good dribble sigs besides like the KD escape, which really isn't even that amazing. So all around, this card looks to be really good on paper stats and badges wise, but doesn't have a good jump shot, doesn't have the normal leaner, and overall sigs are pretty underwhelming. So I'm gonna say Wang is honestly a little bit better of a card than a guy like Victor Oladipo. I think he's just honestly, you know, a better card at his position. He's honestly not a bad center. He's 7 foot with a 7'5" wingspan, has a 93 3 ball, 90 mid range, has a pretty good jump shot, can definitely space the floor, and then plays very solid defense. But if you're looking for a good offensive center, you know, especially as a free card, I do think Wang CC is still not that bad of a diamond center. Next card here is gonna be Obi Toppin. He's honestly not that bad of a power forward. He's 6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan, and stats and badges wise, like, he's just very well rounded. I wouldn't say Obi is crazy good at anything besides going to the rim. Like, he's got a 98 driving dunk, 95 vertical. Besides that, just a very good all-around power forward. Kind of wish he could play small forward, but I think Obi Toppin going to be somewhere in that top 10. Larry Nance, I do think, is a little bit better than Toppin because he can play small forward. He's 6'10" with a 7'1" wingspan, and just going to be a better defensive Obi Toppin. Toppin's probably better on the offensive end and has a better jump shot, but defensively, Larry Nance is going to be a lot better, having 90 in every single important defensive category like steal, block, perimeter, and interior defense. So Larry Nance for me going to be cracking in that top 10. I think we're about like top 7, top 6, somewhere in that range. Like, I think this is number 7 here, which is going to be Baron Davis. He's actually not that bad of a point guard. He's 6'3" with a 6'5" wingspan, and stats and badges wise, he just looks to be a better Victor Oladipo. But unlike Victor Oladipo, he actually does have a pretty good jump shot and some decent dribble sigs. So to me, I kind of compare the card, the way I kind of compare Baron Davis is just as a better Victor Oladipo, a card that actually has a pretty good jump shot and some very decent dribble sigs. Next one here, I think breaking into the top 6 now, is going to be Pink Diamond JaVale McGee. He's actually a very good center. He's 7 foot with a 7'6" wingspan, obviously going to give you very good defense with a 93 block, 93 interior defense, and a great finisher on the rim. And he's actually got a very capable jump shot. I'm not going to gas it and say he's got a great release, but you can definitely knock down consistently with JaVale McGee. And then, guys, breaking into the top 5, I do think is actually going to be Spencer Dinwiddie, a very underrated point guard in my team. Like, he's 6'6" with a 6'8" wingspan, and just has very good all-around stats and a pretty good jump shot. Like, his sigs aren't amazing, but they're decent. He's got a good jump shot on quick timing, normal leaner, and for a card in season 4, you know, with being a takeover card, he's pretty good for a free card, you know, being 6'6" at the point guard position. And then coming in at the number 4 spot, I do think is going to be Paul Pierce, such a good 6'7" small shooting guard with a 6'10" wingspan. Pierce just going to give you great all-around play. My only flaw with the card is going to be his jump shot. Even though it's on very quick, it still does feel really slow in game. But besides that, Paul Pierce is going to be one of the better takeover cards from season 4. And then into my top 3 here is going to be Karl Malone. Now, I will say, once we get Russell Westbrook tomorrow, when you guys are watching this video, I'm assuming Russell Westbrook will probably be a top 3 takeover card from season 4, maybe even number 2. But for right now, I do think Karl Malone is the 3rd best takeover card from season 4. Just an amazing all-around card, super athletic, plays really good defense, and does have actually a very good jump shot on very quick timing. So for me, Karl Malone, like I said, gonna come in at the number 3 spot. Number 2, I do think is gonna be Galix Oboyi, still a very good power forward, easily a top 5 power forward in the game for me. Really good on the offensive end, 94 3 ball, has a good jump shot, pretty good Hall of Fame shooting badges, and is not a bad defender. But honestly, I think number 1 is pretty obvious and definitely clear, is gonna be Ray Allen. I think he's the best shooting guard in the game, where he is probably like the 4th or 5th best power forward, and I do think Ray Allen is the best card at his position. But guys, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about my ranking of all the takeover cards from season 4? And like I said, let me know in the comment section down below, who are your guys' favorite cards to use from the takeovers in season 4? But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.